All right. Welcome back to Josh Smith's Overall Forge. And Pastor Josh, thank you so much for joining us again on this warm Tuesday evening here in Central California, or California, as they say, here in the armpit of California, as I like to laugh about. Anyway, I was just recently informed or reminded that y'all haven't seen anything basically from me in a while. You haven't seen anything from me in the forge. You haven't seen anything on anything that I'm doing in the shop. You haven't seen an update really on what's going on with us. So I know I've been super busy. If any of y'all have been following the channel and following on Facebook, you know that we are trying to raise funds for this ministry trip that Becky and I are going to be going on in June to Alabama and back. And we have been working to try to get stuff ready for that and to try to raise funds. But there's no excuse that I can't take a few minutes and just pop on here and do a quick video just to give you guys an update and let you know what's going on. So today, I've actually been kind of busy. And I've been busy on some things which I'm kind of proud about. And I want to share with you what I've been doing. But then also give you another update on the knife from Jim Patterson that we are waffling off on Saturday, because everybody's got to love a waffle, especially with some syrup and maybe some butter. Good Belgian waffles, strawberries and all that. So I'm going to show the knife again, the blade from Jim Patterson, the kniff, as Roy from Christ-Centered Ironworks is fond of saying. But I'm also going to show you some pieces that I've been working on today. Kind of excited about. So the first one that I'm going to show you, if I can get Becky to, my camera lady, my awesome, amazing camera lady. First one I'm going to show you is this one right here. That is one that I'm making for my dad. It's one that I have been really trying to get a good shape on, a good forging on, and trying to get a good sense of a good handle for him, something that I can be proud of to give to my dad that he can use and enjoy. So this one is a leaf spring. So it started out life as a leaf spring, and I forged it to this shape. I still have yet to heat treat it, which is a good thing, because after I put the handle scales, or started shaping the handle scales today, I brought it in the house, and Becky and I both were sitting here going, man, this thing's heavy. It's really, really, really blade heavy. So since I haven't done the heat treat on it yet, I can go ahead and just hog a bunch of material off of both sides of here and try to lighten it up a little bit, so that it will be something that won't just be a huge weight where you'll feel like you've been lifting, doing a bunch of curls, just pulling the thing in and out of your sheath or whatever. So the handle scales on this, guys, were supplied by Mr. Alan Beasley from Curiosity Forge out there in Woodstock, Georgia. And while we were there in November visiting and got a chance to hang out with him in his shop for a little bit, he asked if I needed anything, if I needed some handle scales or anything like that, and he pulled out some material, and one of the things that he pulled out for me was this purple heart. And guys, I saw this purple heart and I just thought, for my dad, man, what a beautiful handle scale to put on here for my dad. I used copper pins that are just copper pipe, copper tubing, so that I can use for the pins, so that it's hollow, so that it will be a little pretty shine against that purple. Beautiful little piece. I'm happy with the way it's coming out, except for how heavy it is, but I'm real happy with the way the handle came out. Second thing I want to show you is another piece that I've been working on, and guys, this one has been a labor of love for me, but it has also been a pain in my side, pain in my rear. In the process, this is my first blade I ever forged out. This started life out as a lawnmower blade, and I made this in my coffee can forge. And I was so proud of the way this thing came out, and have been continuing to be very proud of it. But guys, because of the fact that it was my first knife, and guys, I'll just be dead honest with you. I didn't know what I was doing to handle this thing, and it scared me a little bit. I just didn't have the confidence in shaping and handling this thing. So I've been putting it off and putting it off and just sitting there going, man, I need to finish this thing. Man, I need to finish this thing. Well, the day is finally arriving where I'm finishing this thing. I was finally able to get the handle shaped like I want it. These handle scales started out as a stabilized Buckeye burl, I believe, that came from my good buddy Adam at BST Forge, Blood, Sweat, and Tears Forge out in Virginia or West Virginia. I can't believe. I'm pretty sure it's Virginia. Yeah, Roanoke, Virginia, I believe is where he's at. Anyway, he gave these scales to me, and guys, I wet this paper or this washcloth so you can see. I'm gonna wipe this thing down real quick, and then I'll hand it to Becky so she can roll this thing around in front of the camera for you. But when this thing is finished and oiled and ready to go, this thing is gonna pop, guys. The colors in these scales are phenomenal, guys. There's all sorts of greens and blues and yellows and just pretty grain all through that thing. And it's light in the hand. It's very comfortable in the hand. In fact, Becky was laughing at me when I brought it in from the shop and said that it must have been made for her because it fit her hand really well. Just was really comfortable in her hand. So I'm excited to see this thing finally finishing up. I'm excited to get this completed so that I can turn around and have this thing to be my everyday carry. That this thing can just be a beautiful piece to be able to carry with me. It's lawnmower blade. It was differential quenched, differential heat treated. Did an edge quench on it. And then my buddy Bart Rimling had a Rockwell tester, and it tested fairly high on the Rockwell scale. I believe it was like a 46 or a 52 or something like that on the Rockwell scale. So nice and a good hold, a good edge for me blade, and I'm excited to finish it. The third one I'm going to show you guys is this one that any of you that have been following. We are raising funds, so we are waffling off some knives, and this is one that I'm making. It's a Santoku style knife, and this was forged in by me and then textured with a ball peen hammer on both sides of the blade here. It's a nice light blade that I'm going to do the same thing as my lawnmower blade. I'm just going to do an edge quench so that it stays nice and supple and as much give as possible, as much elasticity and bendiness in the spine as possible, so that as you're chopping,
you can crack a coconut,
yeah,
and
you
it's
can
not
crack a coconut and it's not going to snap. You can do whatever you want with it, and it'll be a good blade for you in the kitchen. Becky, because I am so used to my big old man hands, I was trying to handle this thing and trying to figure out, okay, is this going to be good for the kitchen? Is this going to be good for the kitchen? And I kept asking Becky, hey, does this fit your hand? Does this feel comfortable? And I kept handing it to her. I kept handing it to her. She said it finally feels good in her hand. It was black walnut burl that the scales came from Alan Schoenert. Most of y'all know him as Mr. Rusty Hubcap Forge. Good friend, great brother. And he sent me a box of wood, and this black walnut burl was in there. And guys, I just love this thing. I'm excited to see what it...
Oops. It's not glued together, remember?
Not glued together, guys. It's just roughly assembled. Let me get it put back together real quick. There we go.
It's charging.
So I'm excited to see what this one looks like when it's finished and oiled up and ready to go. But Becky said the thing feels really good in her hand, and guys, she is a master. Like, her knife skills in the kitchen blow me out of the water. She's one of those that'll sit there and go, and she slices and dices and makes julienne fries in 3 seconds. She'll sit there and just. I can't do that myself, but she can, and it's amazing. And she's used to holding a good knife, and she said she really likes the way this one fits in her hand. It's a nice light weight. It's not super heavy. It's not something that feels like you're doing curls trying to do the chopping and what's that word? Mise en place from cooking show knowledge. Anyway, guys, I'm hoping to have this one finished so that when we do the waffle on Saturday for Big Jim's Skinner, which I'm going to show you right now, that I can show you this one finished. So now I'm going to show you the last one. This is just a reminder, guys. This is a beautiful piece from Jim Patterson, Big Jim's Forge and Bladesmithing. He made this beautiful little kniff. It is $10.95, a little Skinner. Total length is 6.5 inches, 3.5 inch handles, 3-inch blade, spalted pecan handles with a mosaic pin, and then he made the sheath for this as well. Guys, I tell you, this thing feels so good in the hand. I am jealous of whoever ends up with this thing because it is so comfortable, so light in the hand, but man, it is razor sharp and just moves. So if you want to get in on this, guys, and I'm saying this, I'm encouraging you because as of right now, Tuesday, the 14th, 14th of May, Tuesday, May 14th, at 8:53 p.m. There are only 4 slots purchased. 2 people have purchased slots for this blade. We've got Jeremiah Champ from Champ Ironworks, and we've got Rob Garman from Granddad's Forge are the only ones that have purchased slots for this waffle. So if you don't get in on this, guys, for $10 for a slot, Jeremiah Champ or Rob Garman are going to walk away with this thing, this beautiful blade, and it's going to go for a total of $40, $20 each for those guys for a hand-forged blade from Jim Patterson. Guys, that's a travesty. Don't let this go for $40. Help out the cause and pick yourself up a beautiful blade, guys.
And last I heard, Mr. Rusty Hubcap said he was going to win that night.
I heard
he
that
has
too,
not bought any tickets yet.
but no tickets purchased yet from Mr. Alan Schoonert, Rusty Hubcap. Guys, get in on this. You have until about, let's say, I'm going to do a live stream on Saturday, and because I want to be respectful to y'all that are on the East Coast, let's say we'll start the live stream at 4 p.m. our time, 4 p.m. Pacific, so 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, the 18th of May. We'll do the live stream that will waffle this thing off, and I'll be able to show you the finished product of this beautiful Santoku. And guys, I tell you what, I was talking with Heath Helliger from Shepherd's Forge about this thing, and he was absolutely right. There is just something sexy about a Santoku. It's just a cool looking knife, a beautiful blade, good overall kitchen knife. Guys, you can use this in your kitchen. You can hang it on the wall if you want to, even though that would just be a travesty to let a beautiful tool just sit there on the wall. Or make you a sheath for the thing and let it be your everyday carry. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with it. Once it's yours, it's yours. But I'll show you this finished product when we are waffling off Jim's piece. Guys, thank you for watching. I hear, just talking about Heath, I hear Heath talking all the time. He's ending his videos talking about, guys, stay humble. Guys, this dysfunctional family of blacksmiths that we've got, all these brothers and sisters, this is a wonderful family. It's a wonderful group of people that I say family because Becky and I consider y'all to be our family. We would do anything for y'all. We're here for you for anything. And we know that so many of y'all are here for us too. But I'm reminded, in us taking care of each other, I'm reminded of the greatest commandments that Jesus was asked, what was the greatest commandment? And he said that the greatest commandment was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And he said the second was like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. Guys, love God, love each other. It's what we're supposed to do. If we do that, you can't go wrong. Let's love each other, support each other, build each other up. Thank you for watching. God bless. We'll see you soon.